Hey guys, what's up? It's Fern. Welcome back to another Planty video. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to be talking all about my favorite Planty items. I did a video, I don't know, a month or two ago, talking all about like repurposed items, household items that I transformed into Planty items. It had more of a focus on sustainability, which is so great. Tons of the stuff that I use is recycled or reused or repurposed. You can watch that video. I will link it above. I highly recommend. But today I'm going to be highlighting some more of my favorite tried and true ride or die Planty care items, accessories. I love these products so much. There are a couple of like big things that have really changed the plant game for me as well that I'm not going to be mentioning in this video, such as my IKEA greenhouse cabinet. That's just like a whole thing in itself. So I'm not going to mention things like that, or my grow lights. These are just going to be more kind of like fun little accessory things. So the first one that I am obsessed with, I cannot believe that I did not get this sooner because it's honestly magical, and it is my electric mister. I get so many questions about this every time I use it in a video, in an Instagram story. I get bombarded with messages, and yeah, it's basically the coolest thing ever. Should I turn it on for a sec just so you can see? I'm just gonna like spray into nothing. So cool! This changed the game for me with moss poles, you guys. Like, I can't even believe it. I got this like, I don't know, probably 5 months ago or something like that. And I was so shook the first time I used it. This is amazing. I love this. I use this for wetting my prop boxes as well. Watering things that need to be just like lightly watered, like when I'm rooting succulents and cactus. You can actually adjust the nozzle so it can spray, it can like squirt out. So you can have like a higher pressured kind of like stream, or you can have the mist. I think this could be used for a lot of things other than just planty things, but this is amazing, you guys. Like, yeah, this is definitely, I will always recommend this. It is so cool. It is a million times better than using a squeeze bottle thing. So yes, this I got from Amazon. I'm gonna try to link as many of these things as I can in my Amazon storefronts, which are always in the description box down below. I have one for Canada and the US now. So yeah, but this thing, absolutely worth the money, incredible. I love it. Also, you recharge it, but I've never had to do that. Like, the battery's still going from when I first got it. And it's only, these light up here to tell you how much battery is left, and mine still has 3 of the bars. So battery lasts a super long time because I use this thing all the time. Okay, was the first one. That was a good one to start off strong. Okay, next, I guess let's continue on with the watering theme. So these are the squirt bottles that I use. I got these in a pack of 3. They came with another one here. Actually, I think I have all 3 of them here. They came with 3 different sizes. To be honest, I kind of wish that they were all this larger size, like these. I don't know. I guess it's handy to keep, like, if I wanted to just keep it somewhere reachable and it had to fit into a small space or something, but I really like just having the large one because I don't have to refill it as often. I use these for so many things as well. I love these almost as much as my mister. I use these to fill my water propagation vessels. I use these to fill my pond vessels. My dogs are barking. The show must go on. I use these to fill my leca vessels. I use these to fill my self-watering moss pole that my Monstera Albo is on. What else do I use these for? So many things. Oh, my moss, to re-moisten moss. You can just a little squirt. They're so handy. I'll usually put a few drops of Super Thrive into these so that, because I'm mostly refilling like propagations and stuff, so it's just, I love these so much. It's so convenient to be able to be like really specific with where the water is going if you're trying to like fit it into a tight space or something. Amazing. I love these. These I got from Amazon as well, so they will be linked, but yes. Good stuff, you guys. Good stuff. Okay, we're just going with the watering theme here. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to talk about is actually this little caddy. So this is actually like a cleaning caddy, I think. I got this from the dollar store. It was like $3 or $4, and I think it's meant to like carry cleaning products around, you know what I mean? But I have repurposed it into a watering caddy. So this thing has all of my fertilizers that I use on the regular. It has one of these little squirty bottles. My moisture meter, I honestly don't use this that much, but it's in there. My orchid spray, it has my little droppers, a measuring thing. You know, we are like loaded and ready to go. I can make a whole video kind of doing like a little chit chat, talking about everything that I have in here and why. But yeah, I cannot tell you how convenient this is. I just grab this and I have access to like any fertilizer that I need for my plants, all the tools that I would need. I don't have to come back into this room a million times and be digging around. I just pick up this and my watering can and I take it to the sink, and it's just so convenient. So yeah, I actually did this like a couple of weeks ago. It was in a Patreon video, but I have been absolutely loving it. I don't know why I didn't organize one of these sooner. It's such a good idea. So yeah, that is that little caddy. Okay, next is my plant Velcro. I get tons of questions about this stuff as well. Now, I just picked this up from my local plant shop. I've also grabbed it from Canadian Tire, I believe, if you're in Canada. But like, honestly, I think any garden center or place that sells plants should have either this one or something similar. So it's literally just Velcro. This is a new one. I have an open one somewhere. Yeah, I have this one. So this is what I use to adhere my plants to whatever I have them growing on, whether it's a wooden stake or a moss pole. This stuff is so amazing, and I love that it's reusable. Like, I'll just put back little pieces onto here that I can just reuse again. It is soft on the inside, so it doesn't damage your plant. You don't want to put like, I mean, you can, but it's just a lot riskier to use things like twine or, you know, any type of like harsh, any type of like string and stuff like that has the potential to damage your plant. So I really like using this stuff. I've never had any damage on any of my plants from using this Velcro. I just think it's so handy. It holds up really well. I've never had it come loose. Oh, and what I also love about it is that if, like, I do this a lot on my giant Monstera Adansonii on the moss pole behind me. Say I have a vine that's already taped on, and then there's another vine that I also want to tape up. I can just take a piece of Velcro and put another piece of Velcro over that with the vine in between. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can double it up and you don't have to rip off another huge piece to go all the way around. I'm a big fan of this stuff. Oh, I guess that this is by Velcro brand. It says it's called One Wrap Garden Ties. I don't think I have this linked on my Amazon. Maybe I do, I don't know. But check your local shops. Check your local shops for all this stuff, of course. You don't have to use my Amazon link, it's just there for convenience. Okay, next, this bad boy. This is one of my potting mats, which has just been revolutionary for me. If you've been watching my channel for a while, then you would know that I used to do all of my repottings on just a Tupperware Rubbermaid bin lid, which was great. You know, it did the job. It was awesome. If you don't want to go out and buy something and you just want to repurpose something, it is, you know, it works. But I finally got a potting mat and I am just blown away at how awesome it is. It's so handy. I'll show you how it works. So it just rolls up, and then literally all you do is clasp the corners together. Oh, there we go. And it transforms into a little surface that you can do your repotting on. And then when it's done, I just go like shake it off outside or in the compost or whatever. And then I can just like spray it down and it's clean again. It's freaking amazing. It's honestly saved me so much mess. So yeah, repotting is a breeze. It's a lot cuter than my Rubbermaid bin lid, which was fine. Like, I do still use the lid sometimes, but I do think that getting a potting mat is worth it. And one of the best parts is that it just rolls up and you can store it away. And this is actually from a small business called Leaflet Co. I will link her down below if you are interested. But yeah, I'm so glad that I finally got one of these after like years of not having one. Okay, and last but not least, I kind of have like a few in one for this, but It is basically these bins, I guess. So I have this flat one that I keep my potting mix in. And you guys, here, let me back up. This is the best thing ever to store your soil. I mix up a big batch of this. It's running low, but I mix up a big batch of this at once, and then I just store it under my plant shelf. It fits perfectly because it's so narrow, or not narrow, thin, flat, I don't know. It's just so convenient to have everything pre-mixed. And then I just use this scoop. This is actually like a dog poop scoop, or I don't really know. I got this in the pet section, but I just, ooh, that was a noise. I just scoop my soil. I love having my soil in this bin. I remember I saw someone on YouTube do this like years ago when I first got into Planty YouTube, and I went and bought a flat bin for myself, and I have never looked back. It is so awesome. I did have one time where I guess I like had wet the cocoa coir and put it in here, and then I opened this like a couple weeks later and there was a layer of mold on it. So make sure to keep the lid off for a while and ventilate it until it's dry if you put wet stuff in here, but I've only had that happen once. Hands down the best way that I've found to store my soil. And then I'm going to talk about storing other, what's the word I'm looking for? Amendments. Ooh, I just noticed one of my plants is knocked over. Other potting mix amendments, and that is just in these little minier plastic containers. I got these containers just from the dollar store. The dollar store is a great place to find like organization kind of stuff. So at the moment I have one for my perlite and one for my sphagnum moss. I also want to get one for leca, but I just have two at the minute. I put little labels on them to make them extra cute, and I just, first of all, I love the way that they look. It just looks so organized sitting on my little tabletop over there, but it's just so convenient. So these I specifically use for amendments that I am reusing. So once I've boiled these and they're all clean and everything, then I pour them into these bins. So this is sphagnum moss that's already been used and sterilized, and perlite that's already been used and sterilized. And I just have a little scoop in here, and it's honestly just like the handiest setup. So yeah, I think these bins are only like $1.25 or something like that. And I'm super happy with it. I also have another one that's a little bit bigger for my pond, and it's just super handy. This also is kind of stored on the bottom of my shelf with my potting soil, and I'm really into organizing my soil and my different substrates this way. It's just so easy to be able to grab them. And again, this, if you watched my pond video, then you saw this, but I pre-mix a batch and then I store it in here. So whenever I need to use it, I don't have to spend time like mixing a whole new batch. I've just already got some on the go, and I refill it once it gets low. I also have other little plastic trays. These are also from the dollar store that I'm organizing things in as well. I recently did a video on my Patreon like a couple weeks ago now of organizing my plant rooms. So if you're on my Patreon, then you've already seen all this stuff. But yeah, I really love just like finding things that work really well and make things more efficient. Like if I can make my plant care or organization more efficient, I am all for that. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Like I said, you can check out my links down below. Give this video a like if you liked it. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to chat with you in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye!